The Seattle Sounders finished their day 2 practice as they prepare for Saturday's opener. And today what we saw was actually Pedro de la Vega playing with Leo Chu and Vega being in the middle. And that was something that Brian Smetcher talked about yesterday in terms of positioning. Whether that's where he'll play on Saturday, we're yet to see. But here's what goalkeeper Andrew Thomas and also Josh Atencio had to say after practice.
It's different playing a little bit of a, I mean, it wasn't necessarily a different formation, but when you add different personnel in there, they do different things. So, you know, we know we're getting different things out of different people, and, you know, you have to make adjustments like that because stuff like that's going to happen. So, you know, we try to be adaptable, and, you know, I thought the people that came in did a good job and understood the game plan and what we were trying to do.
You and Obed, just in terms of in game, who goes up, who comes back.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was a little different. We've had more time to adjust to that. I mean, me and Obed played together in the Sacramento game, the last preseason game.
Right.
So we've had a couple weeks getting more and more familiar with each other. Again, we played a lot of soccer together over the years, but you know, Obed's a little bit more of a runner. A little more like me, he likes to get forward, so you know, just makes me have to sit more. He has to sit for me sometimes. It's all about balancing.
But having said that, you found yourself in advanced position a couple of times, and how did that go about? And is that something you can? I don't need to ask that.
Yeah.
Let's leave
no,
it.
I guess when me and Joao were playing together, it's more of like more like distinct. Like he's gonna sit more, and I'm gonna roam a little bit. Obviously, there's nuance to that, but. You know, with me and Obed, it was kind of just like we both know we both want to get into those positions. So it was more who's closer, who has like an advantage, who's smart to go forward at that time, and who needs to sit and cover.
Yesterday, Brian talked about the importance of how your possession sort of sets up your positional defense. And I was just curious how, you know, when you have such a different player, like Raul is obviously a very different player than Albert is.
Yeah.
How does that impact the way that you are, you know, setting up your positional defense when you have kind of a player who's looking more to be more of a pure attacker?
Yeah, no, that's a really good point actually. You know, Raul likes to float inside more, and he likes to be higher against the back line. You know, Albert likes to be deeper and get the ball in pockets. So it actually made me and Obed kind of have to be more positionally disciplined, where one of us can't take off because you're not really going to have the cover besides the other one of us back there. So at times where it would be not one of us has to go, you know, both of us can sit. Yeah. Austin's kind of a similar team in the way they possess and the way they build. They build with 2 8s and they have 1-6 holding. So we got used to it a little bit against LA. We got a taste of it. So just trying to implement that over, and obviously we did film study on Austin today, and you know, we're out here doing 11v11s practice on today. So.
What effect do you think that will have in terms of once he has the ball and his dynamic ability to either take it forward or move? Does that make you guys have to quickly get in transition once you get the ball a little bit more than you normally have because of his style?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of getting him the ball in those pockets in transition, because he's gonna drive quick, and he's really good at unbalancing a back line, which is something that I think we can really use. He goes at guys and pulls out defenders, and it opens up space for runs. We scored a really nice goal today where he was able to drive in and like play 1-2 with Jordan and get through because he was able to pull out defenders. So.
How was practice? And let me back up. Just the difference, a little bit of you now having that first start underneath your belt. You know you're going to start on Saturday. You're not going to play any different, but confidence-wise, what does that do to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously good to get the first one out of the way. I mean, obviously the result was not what I wanted, and was hoping something a little bit better than that. But I'm excited to get to Saturday. We had 20-something thousand fans screaming at me abuse for 90 minutes, and 40,000 of support will be a little bit more fun, I think. So I'm just excited for it.
In terms of how would you rate your you guys' ability to play from the back against the high pressing offense like LAFC?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of very technical, back four is very technical, very good with the feet. Jackson's distribution, Harvey's distribution, Nuhu, Alex, myself trying to help them out too. I think we have enough quality to build through kind of the press that Austin's going to come with, and we're at home. We're going to look after the ball and kind of do what we do and control the game our way. So
one more, that one would play where you came out and you were beat, and then you turn around and I think Nathan.
Yeah.
What was that like when you saw that they had your back?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's as that ball's coming through, I see Bouanga. I'm like, if I give him time to take a touch, then I'm probably Golden Boot winner for a reason. Last year, he's probably going to put it in the back of the net. So, but I think I said it in my post-game presser last time. Like, the guys ahead of me or around me are going to work their asses off. So, seeing Nathan sprint back to get that ball was I got a bit of an adrenaline rush out of it. Giving him a high five afterwards, it was great. It's what you want.
What was the, it's been a long time coming to get a start and everything, make that debut. What was the family or response like from friends or anything like that?
Yeah, it was awesome. My parents were at the game. They were actually in LA when I found out I was playing, so they were coming regardless to LA and then also to this one. So ended up timing it pretty well. But my brother watched from the East Coast and family, friends, a bunch of messages. It was people from New Mexico United too also reached out and said hi. So congratulated me on the game. So would like to get some win-related messages this weekend. That's the goal now.
Are your family? Are they stateside or?
No, they're in London. They're in London.
So
yeah, it's a good 10 and a bit hour flight to get to LA, and then they drove up from LA, which is beyond me. But yeah.
What was it like to play against arguably one of the best keepers of his generation?
Yeah.
I know you're not worried about over there, but for you to be like, okay, here I am, let's go.
No, for sure. I mean, I grew up in London, and he was playing in the Spurs when I was, in the academy days at Watford. So definitely a guy that I've idolized for a long time. I was standing in the tunnel, kind of gave him a fist bump before the game, said all the best, and realized that we both had that debut patch on, and that was something kind of surreal in that moment for sure. Pedro beat me to his jersey, which I wasn't pleased about, but I'll said to get me off to Seattle.
Pedro got his.
Yeah. Scores the goal and gets the jersey. I know. Crazy.
Oh, because of the goal. Okay.
Okay. Let's try to make the
He asked first. I had 70 yards to run, so yeah.
Did you? So it was just a quick fist bump. You didn't get to say anything, or
No,
did
not
you
too
want
much.
to?
Yeah, not too much. He was, we were kind of thanking the fans, and I went and said hi to Luis really quickly, and he had a million people trying to talk to him too. So just a quick comment.
You've had sort of an interesting journey to get to this point. You obviously came through the supplemental draft, which I don't think happens every year. I think it was just something that you created for COVID, and then you started strong at Defiance. Then you had a couple different back injuries, right? And we haven't really had a chance to talk to you about any of that stuff. If you could just tell us a little bit about your journey to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. Back injuries weren't easy for sure. I mean, the first one was a few months after I signed here, and it started to kind of get my feet under me. Was playing those Defiance games, we were doing pretty well, and it ended my season, which you never want to be done in August, and kind of did the rehab. It was a little bit of a tricky situation to start with because we didn't know quite the severity of it, and the timeline kind of changed a few times. The rehab plan changed a few times, and the start of the next preseason I was ready to go again, which was great, and I got 6-7 months in, again felt good, felt solid, and it went again. So we kind of went with a more aggressive route of the surgery, and touch wood, it's held up since then, felt great since then, honestly. So I'm grateful to the support of the club, the trainers that have helped me through that, the doctors, the surgeon, Dr. Sethi himself. My back feels better now than it did 2 years ago, which helps me sleep a little bit easier at night. So.
How does a facility like this?
There you go. Post-practice interviews, Andrew Thomas and also Josh Atencio just talking about last game, and then also Saturday's opener against Austin FC. And in that, Thomas will feature for the second straight week after Brian Smets revealed yesterday that Stefan Frei is still not ready to go. So from Long Acres here in Renton, I'm Osvita Maria for the CascadesSports.net. Sound to report.